Chapter 2 I Hate Killers. Russell is a systematic person, and he has also traveled through 2 worlds as a senior, but he knows very little about his own system. Brushing his teeth, washing his face, going to bed, and waking up, a cold electronic sound appeared in Russell's mind. There was no computer leakage, no mobile phone explosion, no meteorite falling from the sky, no begging grandfather, and no chance encounters such as picking up leaks in the second-hand market. Suddenly, he became the lucky one in the system's mouth. Russell also asked the system. He himself was relatively repulsive about having an unknown thing in his mind, but the system did not explain it. Just tell him that he is still in the internship stage and has insufficient authority. He can only become the real host after having gone through the 3 mission world assessments, and everything will be done by then. There is another point that Russell can't bear. The time when the system releases the mission world is not fixed. The first 2 mission worlds were Subway Parkour and Temple Run, and the interval was 1.5 months, and this time, the interval was 2 weeks. No rules at all. Russell hated the feeling of being controlled. He couldn't help being like a puppet, but before he became the real host, he could only endure it. Fortunately, 2 mission worlds have been completed. When the 3rd time ends, it will be decided whether it is black or white. Russell took a deep breath and opened the system interface. An operation panel automatically appeared in front of him. The character attribute column was about his current data. Host, Russell. Power, 10, 7 plus 3. Body, 8, 6 plus 2. Intelligence, 9, 8 plus 1. Level, 2. Experience, 150 to 500. Fortune, 400. The next attribute is gray. According to the system explanation, the following information will only be open to Russell when he becomes the real host. In addition, the well-known system mall is also gray and cannot be opened due to insufficient permissions. The wealth in Russell's hands is equivalent to nothing. The 3 basic attributes, strength, physique, and intelligence, seem to be very simple, but each of them covers a wide range. The first is strength, not arm strength or bench press data, but a combination of strength, speed, and agility. The second is the body, not only the constitution, but also the 5 senses, antitoxicity, adaptability, blood bar, physical resistance, etc. are all summed up in this attribute. Adding more points can prolong life. The last is intelligence, which is similar to intelligence in games, not the IQ that is often talked about, but can also be regarded as mental power, including coordination, 6th sense, blue bars, magic resistance, etc. The 3 basic attributes complement each other and are indispensable. There is no possibility that only one can become a god. For example, the attribute of force, crazy adding points will not become a Hulk. Without the support of the body, without the coordination of intelligence, only a deformed and fragile product will be born, and a simple punch may cause its own collapse. Russell added the 6 points he had obtained to the 3 cardinal attributes to maintain a balanced state. As far as his current state is concerned, if he trains, he is an athlete at the national athlete level, track and field. As for where the points come from, there is no need to explain. Just like playing games, you will get 3 points for each level up. Because Russell's former occupation was a police officer, before he got the system, his strength and stamina were stronger than the basic value of an ordinary person by 5 points due to exercise. As for the wisdom beyond the 3 points of ordinary people, it is not something that can be learned through simple training, and it has something to do with his wonderful 6th sense. He seems to have an innate ability to distinguish between those who are vulnerable, those who are more innocent, and those who are socially inexperienced or have low self-esteem. The instructors at the police academy rated him as either a policeman or a criminal, and he was a perverted criminal who committed serial crimes. Simply scan your own basic attributes. Russell stared at the level for a while, and there was a question that was very confusing. Since he was an intern host, why did he still upgrade? Could it be the game's public beta, and the level will be reset by then? Burying his doubts in his heart, Russell opened the list of skills and equipment, which was very interesting. Skill. Proficient in English, you must know that English is not only come on, oh yes, oh my god. Long distance runner, you can run your opponent to death. Grab and fight, not bad. Poison tongue, chat always ends because of you. Equipment. Character card, Bolt, although he is a trapeze, his speed is only 37.6 kilometers per hour, which is a matter of the accelerator. Character card, Temple Guard, monster guarding the idol. Character card, Subway police officer, a middle-aged uncle who can't get rid of the jet, said to be from the Delta Force. Item card, Bituminous Medicine X3, treats arthritis of the limbs, relieves muscle rheumatism, muscle pain. Put a little in boiling water and inhale its steam, it can also treat colds, nose blockages. Item card, Blood-Sucking Bandage X3, there are 100 small absorbent pillows inside, which can speed up the blood loss of the wound. The front is the name of the skill and equipment, and the back is the evaluation from the system. Every time in the mission world, or the end of the mission world, the lottery session will be triggered. Except for Russell's own grappling fighting technique and poisonous tongue, the others are all from the lottery. Russell did not draw many rewards, and the system only explained 1 or 2 sentences. He could only rely on his own exploration to summarize some experience of the lottery items. There are 2 types of skills, one-time and permanent. The English proficiency and long-distance running master drawn by Russell are permanent skills. He also extracted the one-time skill spray flame before, and used it in the world of Temple Escape. The effect was not bad, and it directly turned the monster guard into a fireball. Then he was chased all the way by the fireball. Character cards are tricky. According to the system, you can use character cards to gain the ability of the opponent, but these character cards have a time limit. The specific time depends on luck. It may be 10 seconds or 10 minutes. Yes, the upper limit is 10 minutes, there is no such thing as permanence. Of course, you can also use the wealth value to extend the time, and the fee is deducted in seconds. The stronger the character, the more wealth value is consumed. This time, Russell suspected that this was a kryptonite system, but unfortunately he couldn't find a recharge port. Finally, there was the item card. The system kept silent and didn't mention it. Russell didn't want to try it. Judging from the system's annotations on bruises and blood-sucking bandages, they are more pitiful than skills and character cards, so it doesn't matter if they try it or not. Exiting the interface, the cigarette had burned to the butt of the cigarette, and Russell didn't even take a few puffs, snuffed it out in the ashtray, stood up and moved around in the room. Before entering the mission world, the system will not tell what world it is. If it is the same as the first 2 worlds, it will be a long-distance run, and warm-up exercise is very necessary. Please note, host, the 3rd mission world is about to start, and now the last-minute countdown begins, please be prepared. With only the last minute left, Russell stopped the warm-up exercise, took a sip from the water glass on the table, and finally sat back on the chair. When he opened his eyes again, the scenery in front of him had changed drastically. There was no black monster with a white bone mask, nor a middle-aged policeman with a big belly. This time, no one was chasing him behind his butt. He was standing on the top of a high-rise building. Surrounded by 4 blonde and blue-eyed foreigners, including himself, they are all dressed up as decorators. If you ignore the live ammunition from the backpack and their sinister eyes, then they are really decorators. Russell glanced at the MK.11 sniper rifle in his hand, then looked at the black and white photo with a red cross beside him, and said helplessly, I hate killers.